Toronto is known as a diverse city, but over the last couple of weeks, we've seen a number of anti-immigration rallies organized by white supremacist groups. Tonight, we sat down with a woman who used to be a member of one of the largest neo-Nazi groups in the country. She eventually left and helped take them down. And tonight, she has a message for anyone thinking about joining a similar group.
You're not going to find what you're looking for in those kind of groups. They make you feel proud by making you hate other people, by putting down other people. They play on your fears. And ultimately, they're not going to help you be happy in your life when you're just constantly looking at who you're going to attack.
Elisa Hadigan would know. She herself joined the largest neo-Nazi group in Canada when she first came to the country in 1986. She had immigrated here from communist Romania. Her parents, abusive. She eventually ended up in group homes and foster care.
I looked for my identity, but I couldn't find a place for myself in this new country where everyone was pushing diversity.
One day when she was 16, she saw a program on TV, a group pushing the importance of being proud of European heritage.
He didn't look like a skinhead. He wore a nice suit, and so I didn't think twice.
She reached out to the group known as the Heritage Front and was almost immediately put in touch with the leader, who became her father figure.
He was just very nice and wanted to know things about me and wanted to know what my interests and hobbies are. And nobody had asked me those kind of things before. I just dropped out of high school when I was 16 and naive.
Within months of joining, she was made the face of the far-right organization.
I was coached on what to say. I spoke at rallies. I was dragged around for interviews to show, look, you know, we're not Nazis. We have young girls with us.
About a year later, the violence escalated, and when she was told to attack a gay rights activist, she was coming to terms with her own sexuality.
I realized one day that I was seeing myself in their shoes. Like I was starting to identify with the victims and of their terror campaign, and that was a profound realization for me.
She knew she had to leave, but she didn't know how.
I felt like there was no way out, so I took a bunch of pills and I tried to kill myself. And I woke up in the hospital, and when the nurses were asking me, is there anybody we could call, and I knew there was nobody, I reached in my pocket and I got the phone number of one of the activists who I was supposed to terrorize, a gay activist.
And instead of just leaving, she testified against the leaders who were eventually sent to jail. The group collapsed. She's sharing her story now as she sees nationalism growing at an unprecedented rate.
One of the things that I tell people all the time is you can't punch a Nazi in order to make them defect. You can't attack somebody, calling them names like a bigot or whatever for being a conservative, because that's not going to make them leave. You have to have conversations about what makes them afraid. We have to have the conversations in our own families and in our own communities about how to prevent extremism and hate.